Welcome everyone. We're going to do something a little bit different today. If you hop on here, tell me what you're doing and tell me where you're watching from. We're doing this in my group because it's just a little bit different. So we're actually going to go over how you dry brush, or how I like to dry brush, because those of you that know me know that I put a twist on everything. So let's get into a little bit about lymphatic drainage. Who out there is familiar with lymphatic drainage? Give me a thumbs up or a comment below if you've ever received lymphatic drainage and know that lymphatic drainage is very good for your skin and your body. I like to look at it as your immune system, and we really want to encourage that immune system, especially with just everything that's out there in the world. I especially tell my patients that, especially women, that it's so important to do dry brushing on a regular basis, because what dry brushing is actually going to do is increase that lymphatic flow. It's going to actually allow your lymphatic system to be healthier. And I like to look at it as our immune system. So in the blood, is where you're actually going to find the lymphatic fluid, and it actually filters through the lymph nodes. So let's go over, I just want to go over a little bit, not get too deep, but just a little bit on where maybe most of us know, maybe some of the common lymph nodes. Those of us, a lot of people are familiar with the axillary lymph nodes, which are found underneath your armpits, which I find are crucial to breast health. So that's why I think it's very important for women to really do dry brushing on a regular basis, to really allow those lymph nodes to be nice and healthy. And sometimes we eat right, but we're drinking plenty of water, we're watching what we're putting in, but we don't take care of the outside. So I want to encourage you, this is a little bit different, but I want to encourage you to think about the outside of our bodies. The skin is the largest organ in the body, so I want you to think about actually addressing the skin. So axillary nodes, then you got your cervical nodes back here. Some of you may be familiar with that and some of you may not. And then a lot of you may know about the inguinal nodes, which are very important too. And you got your iliac nodes in your abdominal region. And you got your intestinal nodes, which are very important to keep nice and healthy. And the dry brushing will actually help with that. You got your cubital nodes right here. You got your submandibular nodes right here as well. So those are just a few. Some of you may know some of those node sites, and some of you may not. I don't know how many people of you have been to a massage therapist or some type of medical practitioner that knows lymphatic drainage. So, and then you also got your popliteal nodes, which is on the back side of your knee. So those are some of the node sites. I just want to educate you and let you know about that. So dry brushing, why do we want a dry brush? Number one, it increases the lymphatic system. Number two, it's a great exfoliant to actually take care of that skin. And what I like to do is do it before I shower, but it will actually give you energy. So if it gives you too much energy at night, you may want to do it in the morning. And literally, once you get this down pat, you can literally do it in 5 minutes. It does not take long at all. And again, I like to put an extra twist just so that you increase that lymphatic system even more. And when you do this on a regular basis, you want to make sure that you're actually applying sunscreen. Here in West Virginia, you don't really need sunscreen today because this rain has been terrible. One day it might be nice. It's super cold for this time of year right now. So comment below and just tell me where you're actually watching from. And tell me what the weather is. Hopefully it's warmer. So back to it. So at night, if it gives you too much energy, you do it during the day. So I want you to find, and put it where you're going to use it, because the idea is that you keep to it. If it's difficult or if it seems too complex, you're not going to do it. So make sure that you pick a time of the day that you're going to do it. Just add it literally 5 minutes. That's all it takes. So, and I like to use a combination of oils to actually increase and support that lymphatic system as well. So there's a little bit of controversy on, so I will not state any claims or anything, on a lot of women think that it actually makes your cellulite look better. So that's why a lot of women like to dry brush as well. So it also opens up your pores. So it unclogs them. So it's really good to dry brush and then get in the shower and take your shower and then put the moisturizer on, because literally the moisturizer is going to work more effective because you're actually taking care of the skin. And it's so important to actually be drinking plenty of water. And if you're one of those that have a hard time drinking water, then add some citrus essential oils. It has D-limonene. It's very cleansing and detoxing to the body. So, it's a lot easier. I find for myself, it's a lot easier to drink my water intake if I add some citruses, because, sometimes water gets kind of boring tasting. So at least I've had it. So, a lot of times if you find a friend or a partner that actually challenge you to drink your water and add the citruses and change up the citruses. I love the tangerine. Comment below if you're on here watching what your favorite citrus essential oil is. But you want to be careful that you don't apply it and then go on your skin and then go outside. So if you're drinking internally, you're good. Hold on just a second. That's okay. You can go back. We haven't really got into okay, that was Judy, sorry. We haven't really got into actually the dry brush. I'm just going over some of the principles of why you want to dry brush. You can go back and watch some of that. So if anyone else has any questions, just let me know. Okay, so we're using the sunscreen if we're doing this on a regular basis because your skin's going to be more sensitive. So let's get into it because I don't want to keep you guys too long. Okay, so if you want me to post which dry brush I like, I'll post that. I got this off of Amazon. Woo-hoo. So I really like this brush. Balua. Okay, so this is what the dry brush looks like. Okay, so if your skin is already sensitive, there is a way, and if this is too coarse for you, then there is a way that you can actually take some hot water and put the brush in there for a couple minutes to soften it. But guys, once you do that, you can't reverse it. So it will soften it, but you can't actually reverse that. So what I would suggest is if you can, just do it light. That way you don't have to soften the brush, okay? But you can do that. So what I like to do is, okay, so you're going to start at the bottoms of your feet. And comment below if anyone has, okay, I'll post the information on the Balua brush. And it's really neat because it literally comes with everything you need. This one's actually for your face. And then it comes with these gloves, which I'll go over why you need these gloves as well. So, and I really like this brush because literally you can take the handle off. So you're going to need this for your back. And then I like to just take the handle off. And if you have imbalance, if you have a hard time standing up, I'm going to scoot back when I start the bottoms of my legs. I'm literally going to show you all the way through how you do this. So it's going to be super simple and you can rewatch the video. And if you have any questions, just let me know as well. So I literally, so what you want to do is don't overthink it. There's a lot of stuff on social media and pictures on dry brushing, but I'm going to show you how I like to do it. So it's very light pressure. We're dealing with the lymph system. So those of you who actually have had lymphatic drainage, I don't know, a lot of my clients don't know that I do lymphatic drainage, but I do. So if some of my clients want to experience lymphatic drainage, it's very light. So, I mean, literally 5 grams of pressure. That's it, 5 grams. It's not a deep technique. If we're into the tissue, we're too deep. So with the dry brushing, it's very light. And when you're first starting, if it's too much, then lighten up the pressure. Don't overdo it, because we want to get the skin healthier, the lymphatic system healthier, so we can fight off all those pathogens and what we're exposed to on a regular basis, because the lymphatic system is actually going to expose that from the body, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's get started so I don't keep you guys too long. I'm just going to put this stick right here. And what I like to do, I actually came up with a combination that will increase your lymphatic system. And it will work on increasing circulation, because that's also what dry brushing does. So all these oils in this blend will amplify that whole process. It will help support that whole process with the dry brushing. So what I like to do, and for those of you who want to know this blend, I can post that too, but it has neroli, cypress, geranium, grapefruit, and helichrysum. And for those of you that don't maybe not have all those oils, you can take Slim and Sassy. Those of you who are familiar with Slim and Sassy, it speeds up your metabolism. It helps with circulation. It helps, it's a natural diuretic. So it just helps support all that. So it's great to put on the bottom of your feet. It'll help speed up the metabolism. So Slim and Sassy is also a great oil, and it has the grapefruit in it. So that will help support the body in the dry brushing and the whole process as far as swelling in the extremities. So any of the citruses will help with that, but grapefruit is really strong, and it will, that's a lot of people's go-to as far as that, and that's why it's in Slim and Sassy. So let's get started. So how many of y'all have Slim and Sassy? Comment below. And again, I'll post this recipe that I actually came up with, and this is not diluted, it's straight in the bottle. It's a synergy that I actually came up with. So I just put a couple drops in the bottom, in my palm of my hand. And then what I like to do is get it all over the brush. Now I can really smell that geranium. Just get it all over the brush. And one thing you want to make sure you do is wash the brush a couple of times a month. And I like to use our shampoo just because it's not a harsh shampoo. I always have the great big daddy. But literally, you want to make sure you take care of your brush. So let's get started. We're going to do both legs. And if you can't see my legs, then let me know. But just make sure it's all over the brush. And you can get little squirt things for the bottles too. You can actually squirt it directly on the brush. And for those of you who have sensitive skin, you can use fractionated coconut oil with a couple drops of either the blend that I came up with or the Slim and Sassy. So I like to work with the bottom of the feet first. And so tell me if you can see everything. I can't see too. Okay, I'm gonna scoot back. How's that? Hopefully you can see that. And again, if you can't hear me, let me know. I'm kind of speaking up now. If I'm yelling at you, let me know. Those of you that have problems with balance, you can do this in a chair as well. Or, do it somewhere you can hang on to something. So I'm just going to hold up my foot so you can actually see me. So what I'm going to do, and you want to do about 10 to 15 strokes. Those of you who've been in my foundation training class, you know that a lot of times I lose count just because I want to make you work harder. So literally, and it's very light. And then you do the top. Can you all see this? Let me make sure. Okay, awesome. Okay, so again, it's very light. And you're going towards the nose. And Alexa, what I like to do is literally feel it, just put on like 5 grams of pressure. You may not be able to tell which way the lymphatic system is going, but it's okay because you're actually going to increase that lymphatic flow. And I like to do long strokes. And again, 10 to 15. I'm going to lose count just because I'm talking to you guys. 10 to 15. And I tell you, once you get into doing this on a regular basis, and then we're going to take it up to that popliteal roof of nose. And what I like to do is just reach my hand back there just to kind of encourage it, and you'll get to where you're actually feeling which way the lymph system is actually going. And if you don't, it's okay, because you're actually making that lymphatic system healthy. Again, you can just pop your foot up. Hopefully you guys can see me. Okay, then you go up the leg. Hopefully. Make sure you get all the areas, especially areas that really bother you. Let me know if y'all have any questions. And then the back of your leg. So make sure you get all the areas. And then again, I like to put my hand just at the inguinal nodes, just to kind of increase that lymphatic system again. Just make sure you get all the areas. Now, how easy was that? That's one leg. And once you get the hang of it, it'll go a lot faster. Okay, so again, the bottom of the foot. And you want to do this in an area because you will see your skin start flaking off. Again, you can use the other hand to kind of see what that lymphatic system is doing. Okay? Back of the nose, long strokes. And again, this isn't much pressure at all. Make sure you get all the areas, go all the way up to the groin area so you get those inguinals. Increase that lymphatic flow at the node sites itself. Get those problem areas. Tell me some of those problem areas, you guys. Make sure you get everything. And if you lose count, guys, it's okay. Just make sure you get all the areas. Okay, and then we're going to go to the arms. And what I like to do is I like to go ahead and get underneath the armpit and encourage that lymphatic system because, especially in this area, these are crucial. And I just like to open up and see which way, 5 grams of pressure, guys, see which way that lymphatic system is going. And then I kind of just encourage you in that direction. And again, if you don't feel which direction, it's okay. Just kind of hold it. Okay? So let's go to the hands. Get both sides. We're going to increase it. 10 to 15 strokes. I'm telling you guys, once you get, your skin feels incredible. If I don't see any of your questions, I will definitely answer them as soon as I get done. Okay, so I want to go over, you'll see pictures of people doing this. There's 2 different schools of thoughts, like around the armpit and also in the abdominal area to go clockwise around the abdominal. I like to go or up and down. I literally like to go up and down just because of how usually I find the lymphatic system goes. So, and then I like to get the armpit to really, now this is going to be extremely tender underneath the armpit, okay? So just go easy. So you can go towards the breast. Some people like to go in a circular motion, but I find the lymphatic system doesn't go in a circular motion. So I like to either go this way or that way. The lymphatic system, if you've had nodes removed, then it will reroute itself and you'll find all kinds of different ways that the lymphatic system actually goes. But in general, it usually just goes towards the breast or away from the breast. So if you're unsure, just go both directions. Okay? And let's go to the other arm. Hand. 10 to 15 strokes. And you'll get used to this really fast. I'm talking, so it's taking me a little bit longer than usual. I can literally fly through this if I'm not talking. The cubital. Up the arm. Get your hair out of the way. Open up those axillary. You don't have to hold your arm up if you have shoulder problems. Just get in there and encourage it. Again, be careful and easy, especially underneath the armpit. And we're just dry brushing. Going back to dry brushing. Okay, so now that the limbs are done, we're going to go over the abdominal region. So again, some people go in a circular motion. I tend to go up and down just because the iliac nodes and the intestinal nodes. So literally, what I like to do is just kind of, if you have a couple extra minutes, I mean, literally just place your hand on and around, just to see if you can feel which way it's going. And if you don't, that's fine. And so I'll just, since it's just us, I'll just go like this. Very light. And then you're going to push up. Okay? Just push up. Okay? Just make sure you get all the areas of concern. Okay? Up and down. And then what you're going to do is work up into the breast area. You want to be careful with this area because it is really sensitive. Okay? You just work up. And I like to go very lightly over the breast just because I want to keep the breast tissue very healthy. Okay? Just go very lightly. And just, again, lightly because it's going to be sensitive tissue. So you want to keep that tissue really healthy. And what you also can do, let me just put this down. What you can also do is literally, if you're sitting around the house watching TV, I mean, literally encourage that lymphatic system, okay? Okay, so, and then here, I actually like to switch. So I'll go over that in a second, but I want to show you first how to get the back, because you've got different avenues for the back. Okay, so think of inguinal here. This is a huge problem area for women. So literally, just take it to the inguinal nodes. And you're just going to wrap it around. Okay, guys? Wrap it around. And the lower back, wrap around. Okay? And then you're going to do the other side. Wrap around. Wrap around. Lower back, wrap around to those nodes. Okay? And you'll get the hang of this once you start going on a regular basis. Okay, so the back is going to be a little bit different. So when you're checking the lymphatic system, you may not be able to feel it, but you could feel it going in different directions. And if you actually feel it, Susie, going in a different direction, you just kind of encourage it. It's a very light, so I'll show you with my arm. Like say you feel it going, like say if I felt it going towards my hand, then I would just kind of encourage it, kind of like a wave. So the lymphatic system has two different waves. One's a slow wave, and a good way to think about it, if anyone's ever been in a jacuzzi, you can feel a wave. So one's a very slow wave, and the second one's a very fast wave. But if you don't feel it, don't worry about it. But if you happen to, and a lot of people that aren't massage therapists can actually really feel it, because us massage therapists, when we are learning to do the technique, then we're so in our head, medically, we want to take care of you and fix you, that sometimes we have a problem getting out of our head and really feeling what's going on with the lymphatic system, because we're more into the muscle tissue and structural wise. So what I like to tell people to do, and this is how I really learned how to really feel it, is I think of my heart, and and literally just picture that you're coming from your heart. When I do craniosacral or lymphatic with my patients, I literally visualize, I want to get out of my head to really imagine that I'm coming from my heart, a place of caring, a place of very giving. So, so just play around with it and see if you feel it. Okay, so the back, you put the handle on there, and literally what you're going to do, you can start down here to be able, because if those of you who have shoulder issues, like I know some of you all do, you can start down here and just push up as much as you can, get to, okay? And then what you're going to do is, if it doesn't hurt your all shoulder, and then if you have a husband or someone there, or a girlfriend, boyfriend, that can help you with this, if you have shoulder issues, just bring it up, okay? Just bring it up. Or use your shoulder that doesn't hurt, okay? Just bring it up. Here, let me move all this hair. Just bring it up. Okay? Okay. So next, how easy was that? Was that pretty easy? Huh? Do you have any questions? You're not, Judy, you're not really doing anything when you're pressing on the nose. I mean, it's very light. You're kind of just holding. It's literally 5 grams of pressure, and you don't have to feel anything. Just kind of hold it. You know, where I'm trained in lymphatic drainage, I'm just giving you some little extra things to do. It's really fascinating. Just by you holding it, you're going to increase that lymphatic flow. So just don't overthink it. Just literally just hold it. Because I don't want to make this too complicated that you guys don't do it. So literally don't try to feel for anything. Just kind of hold it. You're going to increase it. Okay? Okay, so here's the little facial brush. Okay, so what you're actually going to do is, again, this is lightly, and we're working with the lymphatic system. So we're going to go like here. We're going to go to the subglandular nodes. We're going to take it to those nodes, and up here, we're going to take it back to the cervical, okay? So literally, very lightly, okay? That's all you do. Okay, and these go down here. Okay, so you're just going here. Again, light, because we're working on the lymphatic system. Okay, very lightly. I'm telling you, your face is going to feel incredible once you do this, and then finish exfoliating in the shower, and then put that moisturizer on. I mean, literally, it's going to feel incredible. And then up top. Okay? And that's all there is to it. Any questions? So what you want to do before you grab this is put a couple more drops, either the Slim and Sassy or this little blend. There's tons of different blends that you can actually use. And I'm just coating it on here. There's tons of different blends that you can use that are really good for the lymphatic system. And that's one reason, I mean, your skin's going to feel incredible. You're going to flake off all the dead skin. You're going to open up the pores. You're going to increase circulation. I mean, it's just excellent for your skin. And a lot of times we just don't take care of it. Again, if you have a hard time getting to a certain area, modify it. Okay? And then you just go. Again, if you don't want to do the, increase, just applying some 5 grams of pressure, it's okay. I'm just adding a little, you know me, I'll just add a twist, okay? And then you just go over the area, okay? Oh, that smells incredible. And you will be blown away on how this feels. Okay, so these gloves come with it. And literally, before you get in the shower, you go to the shower, you're gonna have tons of dead skin. Again, pick an area that you're not flaking dead skin off everywhere. That's why I decided to change it up a little bit and do this video in my bathroom. And you just put these gloves on. They have all kinds of different things to help finish the process. So this comes with it, so it's absolutely amazing. So they have, you can get wash rags that actually will do it as well. And I know there's all kinds of other little things you can get to do exfoliate in the shower. Okay, so simply you're just going to put on the gloves and finish the process. Go over the same thing again. Just go over it real quick and finish the process. Okay, So do I have any questions? What else was I going to tell you? When you get out of the shower, that's when you really want to moisturize, okay? Because your skin is going to be so soft, your pores are going to be open, they're going to be unclogged, and if you have problems with dry skin, eczema, eczema, whatever it may be, then the dry brushing is just going to help promote that. Okay, does anyone have any questions before does anyone else have any questions before I let you all go? Tell me what you're all doing. I expect to see some posts on here telling me that you all tried this. So it's a lot of fun, and again, you can do this in like 4 or 5 minutes once you get the hang of it. And it's great for the lymphatic system. It's great for your skin. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water with some citrus oils, and tell me how it feels. Bye, guys.